For those of you who don't live in their hometown anymore, I think there are a lot of people in this day and age who just move to places. Sometimes people move towns, cities, and sometimes they move whole countries or even whole continents, you know. And so we live in different places where we don't have our support around us, we don't have our old friends, we don't have our family here with us. So I would like to know, how do you feel? How do you feel? Where do you belong? Do you feel like you belong more in your hometown still? Or maybe you feel like you belong more in the place where you live now? I will tell you honestly, but first I want to tell you about a book that I read, because I read this book when I was 13 and it is related to this topic. So I wanted to share this with you because it stayed with me for so many years. I read it when I was a teenager and that was a long time ago. And so the ending of this book shocked me, honestly, and I guess that is why I remembered it. And it's called Martin Eden, and I think the writer was Jack London. I'm not sure. I think it is. So, in this book, Martin Eden is a sailor, and he just lives his life. He goes with his friends to the pub or, places like that. They enjoy arguing with each other and fighting, and that is their way of life. That is the environment he's used to. And so one day he goes to this rich people's house. I forgot the reason, but it doesn't matter. He goes to this house and there he sees another way of life. He sees this beautiful young woman, and of course, she's very polished, she's very well spoken, very eloquent, very beautiful. So of course, he likes her, he falls in love with her. So then what happens? As he goes to this house more and more times, he wants to be one of these people. He wants to be refined as them. So he does the best he can to look and behave and speak more like the gentleman from that house and less like his old friends. So he improves himself in many ways, what we now today call glow up. He does this, and after all of his effort, he succeeds to a certain point. But then this young woman still is not happy with him. He's still not on that level that she would want him to be. So she rejects him. And he gets very disappointed. And he goes back to his old friends. And they're still fighting with each other. They're drinking. That is their way of living and entertainment. He goes there, but he finds himself very different from them now. So he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't feel like he belongs now. He doesn't belong with his old friends and he doesn't belong with his new friends. So he jumps into the sea, and that is how the book ends. He ends his life, basically, because he felt like he didn't belong. Now, that is not what I'm saying, that is how I feel, but I now know the feeling of not belonging. I don't know why. Maybe because I don't have close friends where I live now, and I live here for many, many years. And I like many aspects of living here. I like the opportunities, I like all kinds of things, and I'm happy here. But also, I don't feel like I truly belong here, like 100%. Also, when I go to my hometown, I also don't feel like I belong there 100%. I like many of the aspects there. I have my friends that I love dearly, and I have my family and my extended family there. So I know people when I go there. I see someone that I know all the time, and I enjoy spending time there. But at the same time, I feel like I'm different just because I live now in this place. I feel it has changed me in a way. I'm not saying that that is good or bad, I'm just saying it's different. So, I'm curious to know if you're living somewhere else, not in your hometown anymore, do you feel like you belong in the new place? If that is true, then why? What is the reason that you feel like you belong? Maybe you have made very close friends, maybe, I don't know, you have extended family there too, or maybe you have people from your old town living there too and you're connected with them. What is the reason? I would like to know. Okay, comment if you like. And until next time, enjoy in whatever you're doing. Bye.